Welcome everyone to my new project. Today I'll show you how I built an entire A-frame two-story house from scratch with my own two hands and the help of some trusted friends. I started by digging the ground. I leveled this area of the hill slope with an excavator and cleared out the basement area. Then I filled the truck with stones and sand. I built the basement walls with brick masonry for a strong foundation. To prevent moisture from coming up from the ground, I spread black polythene and tied a net of rods over it. Then, all my friends mixed concrete and poured the entire floor. Without a strong foundation, you can't build such a big house, right? After raising the walls around the foundation or basement a little higher with brickwork, the work on the floor began. The soil in this area is quite damp, so there is a great fear of moisture or damp rising from below. With the idea that the floor should remain damp-free for life, before pouring, my partner and I carefully laid thick blue polythene or damp-proof membrane, DPM, over the entire floor area. After the foundation dried, the real challenge began, building the A-frame or triangular main wooden structure. I first cut the thick and sturdy wooden beams to size and angled them. I drilled and strengthened them with nuts and bolts to make each triangular frame. Then I pulled the heavy frames up with the help of ropes and a winch. The work was quite risky. After erecting the frames, I attached one frame to another with cross-sectioned wooden planks. See, now you can understand the shape of the house. We pulled the frames up one by one with ropes and placed them at a certain distance on the wall. To ensure that the frames stood upright and did not tilt, we temporarily secured them to each other with horizontal and vertical wooden planks, as you can see. After placing these triangular frames in a row, look, now the real face of my dream house is starting to emerge. After erecting the structure, our most urgent task was to waterproof the roof, so we spread a thick black tarpaulin or waterproof membrane very tightly from bottom to top on the entire wooden frame, so that not a single drop of rainwater could get inside. Then, to install the metal sheet or roof tins, we nailed thin wooden battens horizontally on this black screen and stuck them firmly. The entire roof tin will be attached to these battens. Look at the picture. I'm carefully climbing onto the roof with a small triangular wooden frame in my hand. Do you know what this is? This is the frame for the small window or skylight, dormer window, on the roof. I'm placing these frames in the middle of the roof, leaving a gap. These windows will bring wonderful natural light into the house during the day, and you'll be able to see the sky while lying down at night. The structure is up. Now it's time for the roof. First, I tightly attached a waterproofing black membrane, or triplex, to the entire wooden frame so that rainwater doesn't get inside. I put a thin wooden batten on top of that. Then, I carefully cut the blue corrugated metal roofing sheets, or tins, from below to size, lifted them up, and drilled and attached them. The blue roof blends in perfectly with the surrounding greenery. In this gap, I laid wooden beams and planks to create the second-story floor, or loft. It gets quite cold in the winter nights in the hilly areas, so I took special measures to keep the house warm. I put thick glass wool or insulation material between the wooden frames on the inside of the roof and put foil paper on top of it. This will prevent the heat inside the house from escaping. I did a great job on the downstairs floor, too. I laid insulation boards on the floor and twisted white underfloor heating pipes over them. Then I poured a screed or finishing layer of concrete and sand over these pipes. This floor will be very warm in the winter. After the ground floor, now it's time for the second floor. To give the entire open space of the second floor a little privacy and divide it into separate rooms, I made a partition or wall structure with a wooden frame in the middle. Then, I started installing white panels or PVC boards on that frame, one by one, from the bottom. If you look at the picture, you'll see that I'm using an air compressor and a nail gun instead of a hand hammer to make the job faster and more accurate. I'm using the nail gun to fasten the boards to the wooden frame in such a way that no nail or pinheads are visible from the outside, a really smooth finish. And I'm using the cutting machine on the right to cut the boards to the perfect size for the door frame. This new wall, combined with the white panels on the sloping roof, gives the two-story house a much brighter and more wonderful look. I tap the tiles lightly with a rubber mallet to make sure they are perfectly level and have no air or gaps. The combination of this wooden floor with the huge glass sliding doors we installed in the back and the brick fireplace on the right just looks amazing, doesn't it? Once this flooring is finished, the look of the room will change completely. With the walls and the large glass door in front finished, it's time to show off the real beauty of the house, and that's the flooring. As you can see, my partner and I are now laying tiles on the main living room floor. Remember, we installed and poured underfloor heating pipes on this floor. Now we're laying wood-look tiles on top of that floor using tile adhesive. These tiles look exactly like real wood, which goes well with the rustic look of our A-frame cabin. To give the house a classic look, I built a fireplace in one corner of the living room with my own brickwork. I built a chimney with cement and bricks. Later, when I applied stone cladding to this fireplace, it looked royal. Then I pinned white wooden panels, or PVC boards, on the walls and sloping ceiling of the entire room. The white color makes the interior space look much larger and brighter. Now let's come to the bathroom work. For the bathroom, I chose beautiful blue and gray marble texture tiles. I cut the tiles to the perfect size with a tile cutter and installed them on the walls and floor. I fitted the commode, basin, mixer shower, and heated towel rack for drying wet winter towels with my own hands. At the same time, I completed the electrical work of the entire house, drilling holes in the wall and installing the switchboard and pulling the wires. All the work was completed very carefully. The main attraction of this house is its front part. I have installed large glass sliding doors and windows along the entire triangular wall in front. As soon as I wake up in the morning, I can see the beautiful nature outside. I made a beautiful wooden staircase to go up to the second floor. I have created an open veranda or wooden deck on the outside. I have given the deck a beautiful black texture by burning the wood with fire, Shosugiban technique, so that the wood does not get damaged easily. I have made a boundary with a white railing on the outside. Finally, our months of hard work are coming to an end. I installed beautiful wooden textured laminate boards on the floor. The house came back to life after installing my logo neon lights on the wall, a dining table, a comfortable blue sofa, and a TV. I made 2 beautiful beds on the second floor. In the evening, when I turned on the LED strip lights on the outside of the roof and the warm lights inside, believe me, it felt like a fairy tale house. Seeing this house that I had built with my own hands, bit by bit, made all my fatigue go away. Thank you all so much for watching the video to the end. How did you like my project? Don't forget to comment.